Hey Holly fam. So today I just want to talk to you guys about not being afraid to let your kids make mistakes. Like as you know, kids will be kids. They do things out of the ordinary sometimes. And most of the time it's just because a child's imagination is so big that the things that we may look at as something bad, they may be just being creative or just trying to figure out how to learn how to do something that they've already seen somebody else do, for example. You can't always control what your kid does, but you can be there to guide them and to teach them the right way to do things when they mess up. A little gentle guidance goes a long way. It's not always about the fussing and the yelling and the whooping, you know, because all that does is put a fear in your child and or keep you more upset and angry. So let's try not to always resort to anger and yelling and fussing and cussing. Try to a more gentle approach. Try to be understanding and have compassion, because again, they're kids. There is two types of fear when it comes for a child. Fear number one is the fear, what I call physical fear. Physical and verbal fear. Meaning, okay, if I do something wrong, I know my mama is gonna whoop me, or I know she gonna yell at me or fuss at me, or or whatever, consequence comes along with making a mistake or doing something bad. And then the second type of fear is, I know if I do this, I'm afraid that I'm gonna disappoint my mom. I'm afraid that her feelings may be hurt, or or she may get angry, and mainly I would say the fear of disappointing your parent. Like, for example, me, when I was a kid, my biggest fear was, it was never really about my mom whooping me. Like, yeah, she whooped us, but that wasn't my fear. My fear wasn't getting whooped. My fear was, if my mom finds out what I'm doing or what I did wrong, I'm afraid that she gonna be disappointed in me. And that hurted my feelings way more than her actually physically, using physical force. I just never wanted her to be disappointed in me, or feel like, or make her feel like she wasn't raising me right or teaching us right. So that was my fear. So I tried to implement that in my household with my kids. I try to keep an open line of communication with them. Like, if I'm not having a good day and, I may be feeling some type of way, I tell them, like, today, mommy is just not feeling it. I would appreciate it if y'all could just go in the room and play, get your toys out, have fun, whatever it is to keep yourself busy for a little while, because I just need a little time to myself. It may be only 15, 20 minutes for me to be able to get myself together, but I communicate that with them. So, for example, if I tell, or Raquel see me and she may see I'm not in the best mood, or if I'm sick, she go, Mom, you're not feeling good, she pretty much try to take care of me. She'll give me something to drink, or she'll rub my head, or she'll try to do what she can to try to make me feel better, because when the role is reversed, that's what I do for them. Whenever they're feeling down, or, oh, Mom, we're bored, I find ways and find things for them to do, because you have to feed a child's imagination. Because if you don't, they get more curious and they start to get into more stuff. You want them to be able to come to you for advice, and you want to be able to leave room for them to explore on their own. But then if they fall, if they mess up, you be there to help out and pick up the pieces, for them. That's our job as parents. We're supposed to allow the child room to grow, to groom. Like, for example, I let my kids skate around the house. Like, as you can see in most of our videos, you see them skating around the house, they hoverboard, different things that I probably would not have been allowed to do as a kid. It just wasn't happening. But I be scared. Like, I do. I have the fear of the falling, maybe breaking a bone. Like, but my kids always just say, Mommy, we got it, I got it. Except for Willow, for example. Whenever Willow wants to do something, like, she is always so determined. And as many times as I tried to get her to stop skating in the house, it was like, give me 1 second, let me get the baby. Okay, had to come back with Leah. She was crying. Say, hey, Leah. So, yeah, it's like as much as I tried to get her to stop skating around the house in those skates, she just would not stop. And you know why? It's because she is very determined. And in her mind, she knew that she could do it. Even when my fear was, now if you fall and break your neck, we're going to be in the hospital. She's like, Mom, I got this. So about a week goes by, she keep getting on the skates. She keep falling everywhere in the house. And so now I'm pretty much like, okay, you know, it's time to put these skates up because I'm tired of watching her fall all around the house. So I put the skates up. Maybe a day or two goes by, and she comes. She said, Mom, where's my skates? And I said, well, I put them up because I'm tired of you falling through the house. I said, I'm going to take you skating and maybe, you know, try to get you skating lessons to help you learn. She like, I want the skates. She had a fit. I want the skates. Pulled the skates out. Again, she started back skating through the house. And I want to say a couple weeks go by. And I don't know, just started paying her some attention. She was skating through the house, but she had the phone in her hand. So she's looking down, watching the phone, and skating through the house. I said, this girl done taught herself how to skate so good that she is skating through the house and watching the phone at the same time. I was blown away. So I went to her dad. I said, I think it's time to take them skating because she is really good at skating. She's been skating through the house, and I'm like, she don't even have to look. She don't even look up. She just skates. So we threw Raquel a skate party for her birthday, and when I tell you, when Willow got on that skate floor, that was like only her second time going skating. When she got on that skate floor, she was gone, and she did so well. Like, she was skating so good, you would have thought that I had got her skate lessons, and I didn't. She learned just from skating through the house, even when I was afraid to let her do it. Everything that my kids learn, they learn by making mistakes. I mean, it's just being honest. They learn from their mistakes. You also begin to find out their strengths and their weaknesses. You begin to find out about what they're talented at and their hobbies. Riley was writing, and still does, all over the house, all over the walls, all over herself, all over everything. And at first it was so frustrating because I got so tired of cleaning up writing. I was like, this is just too much. But I went out and bought some Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Those things really work. And I bought her art supplies with, you know, canvases, books, crayons, markers. And I began to see the artistic side of her. Like, she's very artistic. She loves art, loves to color, loves to paint, draw, you know. And even though she still kind of paints and draws all over the house, you know, it also taught her how to properly hold her pencils and her markers, whatever she's using. That was something that she learned on her own, just from scribbling all over the walls. So I guess I could say little scribbling on the walls is a small price to pay for Riley to learn how to write and draw and paint and do what she loves. Try to find a way to turn a negative into a positive. Like, if you have a child that, for example, my goddaughter, when she would come over, she always used up all of the hair stuff. She would play with the baby dolls, use all the rubber bands, barrettes, hair products. And I will say to her, every time you come over here, you're using all of the products up that I used to do the girl's hair. So we took that negative and turned it into a positive. And for Christmas, she got a mannequin head, all of her own hair products, combs, everything that she would need, a stand, all the things she would need to start doing hair on her own. And she is really good. Like, she's really good. She's only 8. And she's only 7. Sorry. But she's really good at it. She is really good at doing hair. And I enjoy, you know, watching her work. Yesterday, I called Willow in the bathroom cleaning my makeup. So when I got in there, I could have been upset. Like, I could have went the whole mile because, of course, you know, makeup is not cheap. It costs, and you want it to last as long as it can. But instead of me jumping to anger, I cheered her on. I let her finish what she started, and she was happy with the outcome. Even if I thought she looked crazy, she was happy. And I told her how beautiful she was, and you never know, she could be my next little makeup artist. You just don't know. And when your child messes up, try not to jump straight to anger and aggression. Try understanding and compassion instead. One time I walked in the kitchen and Raquel had just spilled the whole container of milk. And the first thing she did was froze when she saw me, because she didn't know what my reaction was going to be. And normally as a parent, the first reaction is, oh my God, I can't believe you wasted this milk. What was you doing? You instantly react out of frustration, sometimes being overwhelmed, anger, and now you're thinking about the fact that you got to go buy a whole new gallon of milk. But this particular time, when I saw that she had wasted the milk, I stopped and I asked her, I said, what were you trying to do? She said, I was trying to make me some cereal. I didn't want to bother you, so I came in here to try to do it myself. And so I said, well, I'm not mad at you for trying to do it yourself, but next time just come to me and ask me to help you. I said, because you don't really know how to do it. Next time, come to me so that I can show you how to do it properly. And so that way, when you won't have this problem again, you won't waste the milk. And so me and my husband went and we started buying and his mom would get them like little cartons of they use like cartons of milk, so that when she would make her cereal, instead of trying to pour the big jug, she had the small cartons that she could open up and just pour straight into the bowl. And it made it more convenient for me, for her, and she learned how to be just a little bit more independent in the process. Whereas if I may be busy and she may want a snack, now she knows how to go in there and pour herself a bowl of cereal and not get the big jug, but just I got small cartons that I can pour in, and that's how we made it convenient for her and us. And it didn't have to end in a butt whipping or in her crying, all because she just wanted a bowl of cereal, or me being too aggressive over a $3 gallon of milk. Sometimes it's so much. It's the simple things that matter, and sometimes a more gentle reaction can create a bigger and better impact with your kids. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I probably had a lot more to say, but you know how I go when you got a lot going on in the background, kids and toys, so I'm a little distracted. But I just really wanted to just put that in the air. And parenting gets overwhelming. And sometimes we act out of that overwhelming feeling versus taking the time to reflect first before acting. Think before you act. Let's just say that. Shout out to Miss Ty Denise Designs. She made my sweater, the I Am Woman sweater. She also made me this right here. It's wait, I'm gonna put it down for you in a second. This one is a savings book, and she make the labels, whatever you wanna save towards, whatever it is you wanna do, you can put it inside of the book. And she also made me this binder for me to be able to take notes on stuff that I would like to take notes on. I don't mind the first page. My kids wrote in my book already. And this cute pen with my name. Can you see my name? There we go, with my name on it. Yes. Everything she does this from scratch. She is the queen of the DIY. If you would like her information, I will leave her Instagram info in the description. Check her out, like her page, follow her, and yeah.